It's 20 degrees and they have them wearing this? Hey guys, Jessica here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a photo shoot from America's Next Top Model where the girls become ice princesses. Okay, cool concept. Let's check this one out, shall we? They got the whole creative team where like they're all prepared. They came in with their big jackets, hot coffee. They're nice and snug. And the girls come in like, you know, t-shirts.
An ice wall.
Oh.
On the ground. And I'm just like, oh God. Oh Jesus.
Good morning, how are you? Today's shoot is on this amazing set made of ice, and you'll each be shot as if it's a magazine cover.
If this were me and you bring me to a place like this and not tell me to bring a jacket, I'm gonna be complaining the whole time. I like to be warm. I hate when I'm cold.
He is a very talented fashion photographer. Richard, here are your little popsicles. Well, welcome to the freezer. I just want you to imagine that you're somewhere warm.
It's hella cold. I'm shaking like a little chihuahua.
So they're supposed to imagine that it's somewhere warm, which makes sense because they have them in a freezer. Logic from America's Next Top Model. We love it. Makes sense. That was sarcasm. I know the ice is real, but then is the snow real? Or is it just, I don't know. Let's see. Ooh.
This is my first photo shoot.
That's kind of cool. The icy look. Okay.
Exactly what I should be doing with it.
It's 20 degrees and they have them wearing this? Give me that flight back home. I'm not doing that. Listen, I do the photo shoot if you put me in a jacket with leggings under, some sweatpants with a huge blanket over me with five more pounds of clothes on. It's 20 degrees. 20 degrees, you guys. Okay, Fahrenheit to Celsius. -6 degrees Celsius, okay? That's freezing cold. I get it. There's going to be some times where it's freezing outside or it's snowing, whatever. At least put your models in something semi-warm or like, I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Would you guys do this if you're a model and they're like, okay, we're going to put you in a room, 20 degrees with some ice. You're going to wear like a sequin cardigan and some shorts. You going to do it?
Chin down, because that does not look pretty. Just like that. Don't even think of moving. Good.
They could have easily done this where the girls are dressing a little bit warmer. It's 20. I literally can't get over the fact that it's 20 degrees.
Good. I think Sarah doesn't realize that when you leave your mouth hanging open for the whole photo shoot, it's not really attractive.
Okay, she's trying to pose, so why don't you direct her?
I just feel that whoosh of cool air. But I'm thinking, can you just think about the desert and how hot it is?
You pass the tissue to her, please?
Don't you love how he's passing her a tissue with his thick gloves on, with some fur and his big jacket, while she's wearing a thin layer of clothing?
On her face, in her body language, shot. We got it. All right, Nana, good job. She wants to get out of here so fast.
Where's a blanket for her? Where's a jacket that they can have close to the models? What? Why does she have to literally scurry on her own back to the back of the room? Why doesn't someone stand there with a jacket for the models? That's usually what they do. For me, when we're shooting in the cold, the models will have a big jacket on, and then while we're shooting, they take it off. I'll hold it, or my sister will hold it, whoever's with me. And then as soon as I get the shot, right then and there, we give her the jacket, and then the model puts it back on. If I'm looking through pictures and we're taking a small pause, we'll give the model her jacket back. If I'm switching memory cards or batteries, we're gonna give the model her jacket back. Even if it's for a little, like 2 minutes, I will give the model her jacket back. I don't like the styling at all. I think it's not appropriate for the environment, and it makes it really hard for the girls, which I think is what they were aiming for.
Danielle's on set.
Oh, I just gotta say, her look is gorgeous. I love this top on her. See, this is what I mean, the whole ice princess look. I could totally see her top working. From the bottom down, it's a flop. They literally have her like in a swimsuit, bikini kind of thing. But the top I think is working great. I just wish they would have carried it on to the rest of her. Maybe put her in some pants. Oh, they got her sitting on an ice chair in that. Would you sit on an ice bench with no pants on? Just think about it for a second. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even sit on that had I have pants on, you know?
It's looking a little like
And then we have another outfit like this. Why? This is not Ice Princess.
princessy, and I need more fashiony. Okay, your knees are too touchy right now. Get a little more asymmetry to it.
They really flopped the styling for this. I don't like it at all.
I'm concerned about Wendy. I feel like Wendy's state of mind reads on her face. When Wendy walks onto my set, I see the weight of the world on.
They were like blowing wind in her face. They got like a fan on them. Okay, so they have a fan blowing on the girls. They have them in summertime clothes, shorts, tank tops, stuff like that, swimsuits. And then they have the room at 20 degrees, and they have all the props made of ice. Don't you guys think that's a little much? I think having one of the elements, okay, I get it. But for them to do all that, it's like chill. But no pun intended, but literally like calm down. You don't need to do all that stuff.
Really bad. Sitting was the worst because like you're melting the seat and you're like sliding, it's crazy here.
She said it herself. It was not a fun experience. She's literally having her bare hands on this ice bench.
We uncross the legs. It's like hit or miss. Sometimes I get towards fashion, and sometimes she ends up putting up plain makeup.
Oh, she looks super pretty. Oh, she has such a cool look. But the dress, I don't like it. It's giving me like Charlotte Russe, Forever 21, going to the club vibes. I'm going to say I love the makeup so far. The outfits I hate. Literally, have you seen Elsa? Elsa's wearing like a whole dress. She's wearing the cape. I think Elsa had gloves on too. I'm just saying, I watched Frozen and it's not adding up. This wardrobe. Ice Princess, like I said, could have been more successful had they given them more elegant, layered clothes. I don't know. Not this. It looks like they're going to the club, like the ice club or something. You know what I mean? No, they didn't put her in a swimsuit in this room that's 20 degrees surrounded by ice. Why?
Leslie, just forget that you're cold because I'm starting to see you freezing up in the face.
You're looking a little warm and bundled up over there. You got a fireplace going anywhere? You sitting next to the heater, sipping that hot cocoa? Mm-hmm.
Gina, you look frozen. The first 50 frames that Gina shot were just useless to me.
I just want to know what I'm doing wrong.
This is what you're doing. Do you understand? As opposed to like nailing it.
She just asked him, what am I doing wrong? And he's like, oh, you did, no clear instruction, no clear direction. But then he's surprised that the first 50 frames were useless to him. It's because you're not giving good direction. That's why. Why don't you direct it and set it up first and then start taking pictures? See, even the models, the models are clearly telling us, hey, we're not receiving direction. But they're just getting roasted for not having good pictures and freezing, rightfully so. She's literally in an ice chamber. Couldn't they have just gotten plastic ice? Did it have to be real? In California, when it hits like 65 degrees, people freak out. Imagine it being 20 degrees. Oh man, I'm from the Midwest, so when it's like 45, I'm like, oh, it's summertime. But then lower than 45, I just can't do it.
I didn't feel beautiful with my makeup. I couldn't really do much but just stand there.
Oh, I love her makeup though. I love all the makeup so far. I think the makeup is the strongest part about this photo shoot.
I couldn't really do much but just stand there in a bathing suit, half-ass naked.
I didn't see a single pair of pants on this photo shoot.
Real happy. It's not a squint, it's a smile. Real smile, not cold.
Okay, you try smiling in 20-degree weather in an ice box.
That's a smile?
Her eyes are just different.
Jade truly was the epitome of an ice princess today because she was just icy in the face.
Why? Because she called you out?
Show that length you got. Watch that chin though. Veranda let go in this photo shoot today.
Okay, let's go to the judging and see the final photos.
So you had a photo shoot where you had to pose in the freezing cold and still sell a cover. Here is your best shot.
This one, she looks gorgeous, but I'm going to say a few things. Her hair is covering her neck here. Probably would not have chosen a photo like that, or I would have just fixed her hair so it's, you know, there wasn't even a need to be blowing a fan in their face. Yeah, the placement of her hair, it's covering her neck, it's covering that shape there. And then her hands in the back here, it kind of just pops out of her leg. Her leg is like cut off right here. If I were the photographer, I would have made sure that the hands were placed in the, you know, it's a collaboration. I always say this is like teamwork, model and photographer. I never just let the model pose and do whatever, you know, especially with a very, very experienced photographer. They usually always direct the model. And I get this is a modeling competition, but direction is always helpful because models can't see what you're seeing behind the camera. I'm not like a huge fan of her makeup in this. And what is this right here? You guys see this line on her head? Did someone like not finish retouching or something? I don't know. The top was cool though. I would have loved to have seen more of the top.
If you come to judging with your hair like this again, get wet on one side.
Go upside down and scrunch your hair. You know the white girl thing? There you go.
Why do you care what side her hair is on? What does it matter? This pose is okay. Like her other arm is completely missing. I would have loved to have seen her arm. Her hair flying up like that, I probably would have had the stylist go in and then fix that. Or chosen a shot where it's not like up like that. But she is gorgeous. I love her look. This one's okay. I really don't like the styling. That poor girl, she's all over the ice. Oh my god.
Since you are one of the shortest girls here, you should never come to judging without heels.
Ever.
You need to roll out a 7, stand up a 10.
Like, I hate wearing heels. Sneakers all day. I don't think models should have to wear them. That's just my personal opinion. What are your thoughts? Wearing heels to the judging. That just sounds uncomfortable to be, you know, they're just there to like look at the picture and go. Why should she be wearing heels? Oh, I love her eye makeup though. I love the blue on the bottom. She had one of the best eye makeup, I would say. And the lighting, I didn't even talk about the lighting. I think the lighting's cool. I mean, I don't use a lot of external flash in my photo shoots. I would have loved to have seen more hard light on this because it looks like they used the fill to her left side to fill in those shadows. I wouldn't even mind like a harsher shadow. I think that could be cool. Yeah, this is very like beauty, you know, Miss America pageant photo shoot with the lighting and, you know, the wind in her hair and all that. For a shoot like this, I don't feel like it matches the vibe. And like, why do they have them surrounded by all this ice? It looks so, they could have easily had like a plastic wall or backdrop like this and not even had this, like, who would you have known that she's in the freezing cold? No. Like, why have the ice blocks and everything if you're not even going to show it? I think that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of it just looks fake. Like, I don't know. They made the girls be surrounded by all this cold stuff, all this ice, and do you even see it in any of these?
With your hair, you've got a lot of volume to it, making your shoulders look not as wide even now.
I want you to slick back and a tight bun.
Are we having a flash dance moment? I feel like she should rip her shirt
Exactly.
down. Exactly.
I agree with you.
I think you look stunning.
Did they just bring somebody to come pour water on her hair to fix her hair? The audacity. What? Are you serious? Look, you can see the water drops on her shirt. They spilled water over her. What does that matter? Why does it matter how their hair is for the judging? I don't understand. Why go to this extent? I feel like that was super unnecessary. That's so messed up, pouring water on somebody's hair. Be like, we don't like how your hair is. She has beautiful, natural hair. So inappropriate. Did you guys see when she turned around all the water that's on her back? I gotta get a zoom in. Look at that water all over her back. Terrible. That's so messed up. Again, what's the point of doing the whole ice theme when we don't even see anything? Do you guys see the ice bench anywhere? The guys worked so hard on that too. Do you guys see them like chipping and creating all the ice artwork? Do you see a single thing in here? Literally just the that literally could have been any backdrop that you got from Amazon. I get the Ice Princess. It's supposed to be cold, but I don't like the wind in her hair in this one. Man, okay, I don't like this photo that they chose for her. Her hands are kind of awkward in the back, and then her hand in the front. Not great placement. Dude, I'm cold just looking at this picture. And then the lighting in this one, it's a little harsher on her cheek here. Like they didn't fill in those shadows. I mean, I don't mind the lighting.
I love the way you stand. I love the way you walk.
I'm not rubbing down with all love, but can't you pull off in the picture? Let's see.
I don't mind her pose, but I wish that her chin was a little bit more pointed down. And then again, they filled in the shadows for this one. Some of them they filled them in, some of them they didn't. This one definitely looks lighter and less harsh. And then they have like this like MS Paint writing in the back here. What kind of typeface is that? Fun fact, I'm actually a graphic designer. And I took typography 1, 2, 3. And I actually love typography. Not a huge fan of the typeface. I actually made my own typeface. Fun fact.
Pretty. What you are is sort of wrong. But that wrong is so right.
Because you're not conventionally pretty, that could be your fortune.
Did they just call her ugly?
All right, Veronica, so you had a photo shoot. Let's see how you did.
Why is her hair sticking out here? Like, why didn't you guys retouch this out? Little stuff like that I would have noticed. That's the first thing I would have done. Just seems kind of lazy. Yeah, and then they cut it off at her fingers too. Notice that.
All right, Gina, let's see how you did in your photo.
Oh, this is a great picture. She killed it. She killed this. I like the angle. I love that she's just kind of like standing there. I really like the lighting in this one too. It's not too soft. Best picture so far. No, I don't like the lighting on her at all. This is like one of the only shots that actually shows the scene, but then they cut it off at her feet. The arm placement, I would have had her bring out her shoulder a little bit more because this one seems a little bit too inwards. Right here, you see like this droopiness from the fabric, and that's really not flattering at all. So just something that the stylist would have fixed, or I would have been like, hey, can you fix that?
You scare me a little bit when you come out because you're very aggressive.
And are you angry?
That's weird.
I'm having a little difficult time in the house with some of the girls. I'm getting a little bit of problems with some of the girls.
What's going on?
I know that I'm a big threat, I feel, in the house because I have the most dramatic transformation, I feel. Such a transition.
Yeah, but we've been doing America's Next Top Model for 6 cycles and had even bigger transitions than yours.
But quite frankly, this is judging.
Of course.
Leave your baggage behind. Come here to win this.
But didn't you guys just ask her what problems she's having and if she's angry? See, they ask them, and then when the models answer, they're like, oh, but actually, no, we didn't ask you that. We don't want to hear about that. This one, again, it's so close up. It's a portrait shot, and yet we lose all of the environment, and the environment was such an integral part of the photo shoot, and yet most of the photos that we've seen have been such close-up portraits that are only showing barely some of the background. So my question is, why have that entire environment where the girls are cold and they have fans blowing on them and they have everything icy, and why? If you're gonna come up with something like this, at least show the whole environment. Why put the girls through all that? You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
So who goes?
We think the arrogance is actually insecurity.
You psychologist, Tyra? You really know what she's going through? If I'm being real, the only cool thing in that photo shoot was the judging panel. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.